Om Shanti. Today in the Murli, Baba is talking about the heart, and we will first understand about that and then go to other points. So today Baba says, you children should have a lot of happiness. Let your hearts be very clean. It is said, when your heart is clean, all your desires are fulfilled. The heart is in the soul. Did you know this? So we thought the heart is a part of the body, but that's a pumping organ. That's not the heart. So when you say you belong to my heart, or your heart belongs to me, their heart is part of their body still, then how does it belong to you? So when you talk about matters of the heart, they don't relate to that physical organ of the body. They relate to a part of you, the soul. And Baba says the heart is in the soul. So next time somebody asks you, where is your heart? You say here. Okay? So that's where your heart is. The true beloved is the father of all souls. The father is called the conqueror of hearts, the one who wins your hearts. He comes to win everyone's heart. He comes and wins everyone's heart at the confluence age. The Supreme Soul is the one who wins the hearts of souls, whereas human beings win the hearts of human beings. In the kingdom of Ravan, they all hurt the feelings of one another. Okay, now, Baba says that the Supreme Soul wins the heart of souls, and people win the heart of human beings. So human beings win the heart of human beings. And it is very interesting how Baba puts it. And when we talk about love in the world, love is a chemical reaction that's happening in the body. Yes, so so your heart is racing, and so you say somebody, just place your hand on my heart and you can see how much I'm in love with love. Yes, how much I am in love. And the way your heart is pulsating sometimes decides how much in love you are. But that's a chemical reaction, and that's not love. So Baba says, human beings win the hearts of human beings. So when a human being wins your heart, it has got more to do with the heart of the body than the heart of the soul. Yes, so it's mostly what you feel in the body rather than what you feel inside, which normally is decided, normally is termed as love in the world. But Baba says, I win the soul of the heart. Oh no, sorry, I win the heart of the soul, not the body. So when we meet Baba, we feel something which is not physical. So, no blood is rushing through the veins, no pulsating of the heart, of the body, but inside the soul knows something, feels something which it has never felt. And that is purity, that is spiritual love, that is true love that touches the heart of the soul. And there's a lot of difference between this love and that love. And I sometimes have a very a big issue with this word experience. So, I think that when you feel the love of a human being, it's experienced. But when you feel Baba's love, it's more of a knowing rather than an experience. So, it's something you know deeply, that this is God and I'm a soul. And somebody asks you, how do you know? We don't know. How do we know? But we know. So it's a very interesting thing that it's such a deep knowing that the heart knows that Baba is here, and the heart feels it, and the heart is in the soul. And the soul, the heart of the soul feels the love and the presence of Baba, and it has got nothing to do with your physical heart racing or pulsating. And then Baba says that when people win your heart, or when human beings win human hearts, they mostly leave it hurt. Yes, because how long can you sustain the chemical reaction anyway? And how much of energy does anybody have to keep sustaining the chemical reaction? It's very difficult. And then you get so used to this false idea of love that you feel hurt because of your own expectations. And I don't think that, I don't think that actually somebody hurts us, but this whole idea of human love is so wrong that it will leaves you hurt. So it's our idea of human love that leaves us hurt mostly, because it's not necessary, it's not possible to always have a peak experience. So there is this idea that happiness is a peak experience and love is a peak experience, and you cannot always have peak experiences. No soul is capable of giving that experience to you all the time, or no, you are also not capable of sustaining that experience inside yourself all the time. So if you think that love is about physically stimulating peak experiences and happiness is about that, it is a very unsustainable thing. So Baba says that's why you are always left hurt, because that idea is not sustainable. Is it making sense to you, or are you lost? So Baba says that that's not possible. So this is why Baba says that the heart is a part of the soul, and I win that heart. And then it doesn't get hurt, it gets healed. Because in this subtle, silent, soft knowing that Baba loves me, and in this drawing of his love in silence, our heart slowly heals and comes back to itself. But it requires, and that day Baba said that you need patience, depth, and sincerity to love Baba. And it's very important that this act of love that Baba shows is felt with patience, depth, and sincerity. So when we practice silence, when we go within and we try to get in touch with that knowing that I am a soul, and Baba, as an expression of his love, he has come from his world of purity into this pure world just to give me what I need. And in this deep knowing and caring for whatever he tells me and whatever he gives me, my heart gets healed. And there is another expression that Baba uses in this paragraph, which is clean heart. And Baba is the ocean of purity. And in order to feel Baba's love, you need a clean heart, because you can only feel as much as is the capacity of your heart. And the capacity of your heart is decided by how clean it is. Yes, and you know, um, sometimes we feel, sometimes people say that I don't receive enough love. But in this journey as a Brahmin, I have understood that receiving love has not got, mostly got nothing with somebody giving you love. It has got everything to do with your capacity to feel love. And your capacity to feel love is dictated and decided by the cleanliness of your heart. Because if my heart is full of pain and memories and bitterness from whatever I have stored in it from the past events, then the way I will see everything and perceive every gesture and behavior will be dictated by that impurity in my heart. And I will always move with this idea that nobody loves me. But in fact, I have not cleaned my heart enough to feel somebody's love. And again, sometimes human beings, because they have the agenda of, human beings have their own agendas. So sometimes they will also try to force you to believe that they love you. But Baba will not do that. So Baba doesn't have any agenda. So Baba won't do that. So when you want to feel Baba's love, it is very important that we have a clean heart. And how do we clean our heart? So, this Gyan and Yoga that Baba teaches us is a way of cleaning our heart, because our heart was spoiled under illusion. So, the fact is, everything was happening. It was not happening to you, but you took it personally and you created hurt out of it. Yes, this is what we do. So, there is somebody who has this sanskar of shouting, and they are shouting because they know how to shout. And you took it personally and you thought they shouted at you. And you felt bad, you felt sad, you felt something, and that stayed in your heart. And then when you apply Gyan and Yoga on it, and you try to clean that memory by knowing that it had got nothing to do with you, it had got everything to do with their sanskars. And because we didn't know, we took that hurt. And it is your journey that you are living, and everything that is happening in your journey is happening for you. It's not happening to you. But because when we don't understand this Gyan, we take it very personally and we think something is happening, against me, or it is happening to me, and this is something bad that's happening, and then we store it in our heart in that form of a memory. So Baba says you have to clean your heart regularly, you have to keep. So the time to clean your heart is Amrit Vela. So draw into your heart Baba's light of knowledge. Draw you into your heart Baba's, healing ocean of love. So sit in Amrit Vela and with firm faith that God loves me. And everything that happened in the drama, it was good. But because I didn't have the sensibility to interpret it at that time, I interpreted it wrongly, and I drew hurt in my heart. So let the light of knowledge shine, let the healing portion of Baba's love touch your heart in Amrit Vela, and you clean your heart. And when you clean your heart so much, you will be able to feel Baba's love. And then Baba's love will, it will make your heart very loving and strong and very giving, and then we will be able to become Baba's instrument. So it's a very beautiful way in which Baba puts it. So I thought we should think about this. And then in the Murli, Baba today is talking about purity, which is mandatory. So, when you come to Raj Yoga and you are studying the study to become a master of your mind, it is understood that if you are a slave of your senses, it is a paradox to try to be a master of your mind. So, if you put these two things in one sentence, that I'm a slave of my senses intending to be a master of my mind, it doesn't make sense. So Baba says, if you cannot observe celibacy, if you cannot win over your desire for food and your desire to watch something or hear something, then how can you even think about mastering your mind? So there is no place for a soul who doesn't practice purity here, because it makes no sense when you are engaging in sensual pleasure and gratifying your senses because you cannot win over your senses, and you are trying to say that I'm trying to win over my mind. How will you? They don't go together. So if your senses can drive you nuts, your mind can definitely bring a storm into you. So Baba says these two things don't go together. So Baba says there is no place for a person who doesn't understand the relevance of purity here. And we have to understand this thing very nicely, because you see, we have the sanskar of impurity, and we have a buddhi which understands purity and understands our aim now. So for some time, yes, we will have to struggle between our buddhi and our sanskar. But then our journey should be such that we realize that yes, purity is mandatory, and every day I'm moving towards it. It shouldn't be a journey where I am going towards more impurity, or I'm not making the effort for purity and I don't understand the importance of it. So this is something that Baba says. So purity is must, purity is mandatory. And mandatory for me, not for Baba. So Baba doesn't. But Baba says, if you are in this school and you don't share the aim of the school, or you don't understand which subject is important, then what is the point in being in the school? So that's what Baba says very categorically today. So when you read the Murli, you will find it very categorically, in no confused words, Baba is saying this. And then today Baba talks about body consciousness, and Baba says two things are very important. One is you understand that you are studying here to become a deity, and a deity is the master of the senses and the mind, buddhi and sanskar. So obviously you have to let go of sensual engagement. So this is one thing that we have to keep in mind. Another thing Baba says is, do away with body consciousness and today in the Amrit Vela, I was thinking about this body consciousness, and it is very interesting that how we look at ourselves. So, people say that you are a part of the whole. Yes, so people say that we are all interconnected and you are a part of the whole. But I think that if you think about yourself as a part of the whole, it also creates a lot of problems because you feel that your context, the context in which you are operating, should and does impact your state of being. So, when you consider yourself to be a part of the whole, then you do not understand that you are a soul who has complete sway over yourself, your life, your journey, your destiny. And sometimes you give too much importance to your context, and your context starts determining your worth, your happiness, your peace. Everything starts getting determined by the context around you. And I think that it is better if we say that the whole is a sum of the parts, but I am not a part of the whole. So the whole is definitely a sum of the parts, but I am not part of the whole. So I am an independent brick. I can build the wall, but my existence doesn't depend on the wall. So do you see the paradox? So if the brick started thinking that I don't exist without the wall, it would become a problem because the wall exists because of the brick. The brick doesn't exist because of the wall. The brick is a brick anyway, and you exist independent of everything. And this is something that we need to understand very well. And what body consciousness does, it kind of convinces us that you the brick don't exist without the wall, or how the wall is determines how you are. But even if you broke away from the wall, you would still be the brick. And it is your quality that determines the quality of the wall. So the whole is a sum of the parts, but I am not part of the whole. I am a very independent, powerful soul. And when you get that, then you understand how body consciousness has created a lot of trouble inside you. And you see that it's very interesting. You just think about this one thing. Why can't you work when somebody lazy is whiling away time in front of you? So, somebody is lazy and chooses not to work, chooses not to create their fortune, and you are getting upset about it. How bizarre is that? But we do that. And it is body consciousness. It is this conditioning inside of ourselves through which we have convinced ourselves that we have to be, should be, and we will be affected by everything outside. But in fact, nothing outside, not even this body, has any sway over my state of being. I am a soul. It is my mind, my buddhi, my sanskar. I can be whoever I want. I can think whatever I like. I can feel however I want to feel, despite everything. Even when there is destruction around, you could be in a state of bliss. And that's who you, the soul, are. And Baba says that you are a soul and I am your only companion. And nothing and no one should matter to you. So the state of nothing and the state of nobody should affect you. And only I am yours. You are a soul and only I am yours. And you don't have to worry about Baba because Baba is always the ocean. So there is no cause for worry. There is no sense of loss. There is nothing belongs to you. So how can there be a sense of loss? And it is this body consciousness, this faulty programming within us that I'm a part of everything and everything is shuffling, so how can I be stable? Or somebody is lazy, how can I take care of my destiny? Or somebody is shouting, how can I be in peace? So all this is body consciousness, and you have to deprogram yourself. So you have to deprogram yourself, and every day when you sit in yoga, this is what you do. You just sit in front of Baba and see that my Baba is completely independent of the drama and I am also completely independent of the drama. So the drama is what it is. I am who I am and I just have to function within the drama, but I can be myself. I don't have to be and I shouldn't be, and it's not necessary that I be affected by the drama. So you have to every day sit in Amrit Vela and reprogram yourself. I am a soul and the only one who is mine is Baba. Nothing else is mine and I am nothing else. I am just a soul. I'm not the body, I'm not the roles, I'm not the titles. So they all will move according to the plan of the drama and I will be myself. I will function according to my part in every scene. So when you are not affected, you will be able to influence everything. So Baba says that body consciousness makes you, think about yourself as a part of the whole, and that's where the problem lies. So you are not a part of the whole. You are an independent entity only belonging to Baba, and you only have relationship with Baba. And this is something that we have to drill into ourselves early in the morning. And then today Baba says in the slogan, take one step just in thought, and the Father will take 1,000 steps of giving cooperation. Take one step just in thought, and the Father will take 1,000 steps of giving cooperation. And Baba is encouraging us to have true thoughts. Yes, elevated thoughts. Baba is asking us to have thoughts that make us elevated. And do you know that we don't take the courage to take one thought? And I was testing this in the class yesterday, and I asked, according to yesterday's Murli, I asked, how many of you are willing to promise Baba that I give up all vices today? And most people didn't raise their hands because we don't even take that thought. You ask a person who is always having this desire to holiday, to just take the thought that I don't want any holidays anymore. They won't take it. So this one thought, and Baba yesterday told us so much about desires. And do we even take one thought to give up our desires? So, if I have a sanskar, if I have a desire, taking that one step of courage to take one thought that I want to give up this, it's a big step. And Baba says that if you take that one step of courage, I will give you 1,000 steps of help and you will be able to do it. But I think that most of our weaknesses stay with us because we nurture them. We don't give them up. Yes, and if it is, and Baba is educating us about weaknesses every day. Every day Baba is telling us that this is a weakness and this is a vice and this is something that will make you, go to, not claim your right in heaven. But still, do we take that step of courage to leave that weakness? Because we are so body conscious and we identify so deeply with that weakness that we don't even create one thought that I want to get rid of this. And then Baba will not, and Baba can't help you, because if the law says you take one step of courage, it will earn you 1,000 steps of help. Yes, and then sometimes, we don't know how to take that step of courage. So, sometimes somebody wants to run and they don't want to lift their leg. So that desire doesn't mean anything. So, sometimes people will say, I want to be peaceful, but I don't want to tolerate, I don't want to adjust, I don't want to be humble. Then how can you be peaceful? So, sometimes even when we say that I want this or I want to do this, then we don't understand its implications, and we are only signing up for one part of it and not the implications of it. And then we say, Baba, I wanted to be peaceful, and then this happened and that happened and the other happened and you didn't stop it. So I ended up being not peaceful. But then that's not what Baba says. Baba says, when you take a step of courage, it means, and step of courage of one thought, then you create a thought, I am peaceful today, come what may. And when you take that determined thought, knowledgeful thought, not a child's promise. Yes, not a child who says, I will make you dinner today, and he doesn't know the ingredients or anything. Not that. He wants you to make a determined, aware promise. And when you really make a conscious, determined thought that I want to get rid of this habit, then Baba gives you all the support and you are able to get rid of that sanskar or that weakness. But just look at this, that we don't take that step of courage of creating that one thought. Yes. How many of you have taken that step? Not many. Yes, and wherever you have taken, Baba has helped you. Wherever you have taken that step of courage, Baba has helped you. And where you feel you have not reached, it's just because of this reluctance to take that one determined thought. You want to shelter your vices, your weaknesses. How can Baba take it away from you? That's why Baba says you have to donate. I will not snatch. You donate, I will not snatch. So Baba says, maybe drama will snatch it. Drama does that. But Baba will not snatch. Baba waits for you to donate. So you have to donate. And if you don't take that step of courage to donate, then Baba cannot help you. And without giving up that which is impure, how can you take that which is pure? This is why Baba every day tells us to give up what is impure. And I think the most important part of giving up impurity is creating that determined, conscious choice that I don't want to have impurity anymore. So, but we have built our whole astitva, I don't know what you call in Hindi, English in astitva. Astitva is a very good word in Hindi. So our identity, probably, we built all our identity in this body conscious world. And sometimes, when you think about, giving up all vices, then you also feel that it'll bring you some identity crisis about who you are. So you don't want to give up all your vices because you identify with your vices and you think that this is me and this is my personality and who am I without all of this? So if somebody is, has this habit of speaking arrogantly and commenting in every sentence and then they give up that and start becoming sweet, then they don't know who they are. So Baba says that don't depend on these weaknesses and ill sanskars that are spoiling your destiny to create your identity. Give them up. Or, our idea of happiness and love and worth, everything is associated with vices and weaknesses. So this is a complete overhaul, and Baba says, I will wait until you give it to me. And when you give it to me, when you take that one step of courage, I will give you 1,000 steps of help, and in a day you can do away with the sanskar. But just take that determined thought. Okay. Om Shanti.